you might be learning Mandarin in the wrong order. And if that's true, no matter how hard you study, you will always feel like speaking just out of reach. And here's the thing, it's not your fault. This is how most students are taught. You study with vocabulary, then grammar, maybe even characters. And it feels like you're making progress until you try to speak. Let me tell you what I have seen. I have worked with students who study Mandarin for 6 months, a year, 2 years, or even 10 years. And they still struggle to hold a simple conversation. Not because they are lazy, not because Mandarin is too hard, but because something critical was missing from the very beginning. Hello, my name is Jeannie, I'm a Mandarin coach, and I help Mandarin beginners who struggle with tones, pronunciation, and feeling stuck at the beginner level to finally speak their first 5-minute Mandarin conversation within 3 months. Because something critical was missing from the very beginning. They never properly trained their pronunciation and tones. So what happened? They know all the words, they understand basic grammar, but when they speak, native speakers don't understand them clearly. And this creates a really frustrating cycle. You say something, the other person looks confused. You repeat it, maybe slower, maybe louder, they still not understood. And in that moment, you started to doubt yourself. Is my Mandarin just bad? Am I not good at language? After all this time and effort, is it even worth it? And that's when many students start thinking about giving up. So why does this happen? Why are so many learners stuck here? There are 4 main reasons. Reason number 1, the traditional teaching system. So a lot of learners are taught using a very traditional system, especially from teachers who grew up and were trained in China. And that system is heavily exam focused, not communication focused. You see this clearly with English learning in China. Students study English for years, but many still struggle to speak. So if you use the same system to learn Mandarin, you will end up likely get the same result. Reason number 2, courses focus on what's easy to measure. So most of the course focus on memorizing vocabulary, learning grammar rules, recognizing characters, because this feels like progress. Like, I have learned 20 new words today, I finished this lesson. But for pronunciation, it's harder to measure, and it feels uncomfortable, and it requires constant speaking and feedback. So it often gets skipped or rushed. So reason number 3, no real speaking environment. So many classrooms are not designed for interaction. You sit there, you listen, you take notes. But language is a skill, not just knowledge. So if you're not speaking, you're not actually training the skill. Reason number 4, character creates overwhelm way too early. So do not get me wrong, so characters are really important. But for most of the beginners, learning character creates unnecessary pressure. They slow you down, they overwhelm you, and they don't directly improve your speaking much at the start. So I want you to think about how human beings actually learn language. We don't start with reading and writing. We start with listening. We start with copying sounds when we were a baby. We start with understanding through context. So speaking actually comes way before reading. So if you try to learn Mandarin by starting with words and characters, so you literally are going against how language learning naturally works. Now, here's the good news. So now you understand pronunciation is way more important than reading those characters and vocabulary. Once you fix pronunciation and tone fast, everything changes. I have seen this over and over again with many of my students. When they properly train the sound, they start speaking more clearly, people understand them, their confidence grows, their conversation flow more naturally. And this makes them actually want to speak even more and motivate them to learn more. So that's completely different and positive cycle. So I have a student who had been learning Mandarin herself for a while. She knew some vocabulary, but when she spoke, she felt very self-conscious. She lacked confidence and constantly doubted herself. So when she worked with me, we didn't learn more words. We went back to the foundation, which is Pinyin, pronunciation, and tones. And within a couple of months, she went from hesitant and unsure to speaking in clear, understandable sentence. Not because she learned more, but because she fixed what was missing. So if you're interested, you can check the video here to see her transformation. So if you feel stuck right now, here is the most important 3 steps that I recommend. Number 1, pause memorizing more vocabulary or characters for now. As we just mentioned before, more words and characters won't fix unclear speech. Number 2, focus on mastering tones and pronunciation first. So you spend 15 to 20 minutes a day just to go through all the pinyin, all the false tones, and the pinyin and tones combination. So you try to do this consistently for 1 or 2 months. It's actually not as hard as you think, but it actually makes everything a lot easier afterward. Number 3, getting feedbacks. So this is the most important part, because most of the beginners can't hear their own mistake clearly at the beginning. So you definitely needed someone to give you feedback. Otherwise, you will just keep repeating the same mistake without even realizing it. So when it comes to training your pronunciation and tones, most beginners actually makes a lot of common mistakes. So that's why I create a free mini guide called Why You Struggle with Mandarin Pronunciation and Tones. So inside, I literally break down the 10 most common mistakes that stop beginners from being understood. So if you like it, you can download it for free if you want to go deeper. So I have attached the link below. So for all the reasons that we mentioned about, that's exactly why I create my 6-week Mandarin pronunciation program. So it is focused on the parts most learners skip. So you can finally speak clearly, be understood, and feel confident having real conversation. So if you have been learning for a while but still don't feel confident speaking, this might be the missing piece. So I currently invite a small group of beginners to join. If you want to see if it's a good fit for you, so just comment "I'm interested" and I will send you the details. So when you have been learning Mandarin, have you experienced any of the points that I just mentioned above? And do you think that if you have known this earlier, would it have changed the way you learn Mandarin? Besides today's topic, what other questions do you have about learning Mandarins? Feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.